I loved what you said, Claire, about coming back home. And I actually just read a tweet that you put out about some lucky lady had her love frequency changed or through what you were doing. And you mentioned something earlier about the law of attraction. So I'm very interested in that, about how we're connected to ourselves and what that attracts, because I work with a lot of single women who want to attract their Mr. Right. So I'm very curious about, how your role is in all of that, especially if you're working with single women and massaging single women.
Yeah, I mean, the tweet is a really beautiful thing, actually, that happened. And it was a client whose partner wanted to treat her just because.
Isn't that wonderful? Just because.
We like.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Everyone's hearts melted. All the women's hearts melted.
Yeah. So, guys, if you're listening, take notes.
I can be used, to turn up the love frequency. That's what it was about.
I love that. I love that. I love that. Yeah.
And I was saying it's even more so because the actual, the company is called the Healing Heart, and it is all about healing through love. I don't advertise because people feel very uncomfortable with the word love.
Why? Do you know why? I mean,
because it's seen as cheesy, I think.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, it's a bit too it's deep. A lot of people don't know what it is. It's the fear of the unknown. They don't really know how to quantify love, so they don't like to use that word. Whereas I think once you embrace it and you connect in your heart, really, you feel that love. You can feel it. It's something you feel, isn't it? It's an innate, intuitive thing that you feel, and then you know it, which is what's happened to me. So this is what I look to transfer through my work. A feeling of love, of genuine care, of genuinity, which is, and being authentic with it, because my goal and my mission is really is not to be a holistic therapist, because that's the role, that's the modality that I use, but actually is to embody love and to be able to share it as many ways as possible in my life whilst I'm here on earth. That's me, done. As long as I achieve that, I can go to my grave happy. So it sounds really cheesy, doesn't it? That's what I mean. It sounds cheesy. I think I sound like one of these people that hug trees, but I actually could hug a tree.
I know exactly what you mean.
Now I can.
You keep it a bit quiet, but
yeah, just do it. Like put your camouflage on, run out and pretend that you're part of the tree. Yeah. I didn't want to know that it was you. Yeah, but still, definitely. So that's what happened this week, and he was beautiful. He came early. He treated her, he surprised her, and what he did was he ordered the flowers to the Healing Heart, and then came and plucked each individual petal and laid them as a pathway coming from the door into the up to the massage bed, and then we did a little bit of creative design together, and interior design, and then we put them all around the room and flowers, and she had a bouquet and card, and she was ecstatic. I was practically tearful, and I felt
I'm feeling it now, just listening.
Yeah, and then I felt like Cinderella later on when I was sweeping up the petals. Such a lovely thing to do. And she's attracted that into her life. She's attracted that into her life because she's believed that she deserves it, and that's what I said. Yeah. Because you deserve it, and you believe that you deserve it, and you must have asked for that. And for a moment, she looked at me, and then she went, "Yeah." So sometimes we attract without even knowing that what we're attracting. But if you're conscious of what you're sending out as well, then you know that you're going to definitely reap it back as well. So it's just about, again, that vibrational frequency And if we are vibration, yeah, and we all vibrate at different frequencies, we all have a different color. So for example, it might be easy if you say it in different colors, and blue attracts blue. You know, you have to be blue to attract blue.
Yeah.
You have to be red to attract red.
So that's the thing. That's the key. How, if someone came to you as a single woman and struggling,
Yes.
how would, and if she's at a yellow and she wants to be a red, is that possible? Is it, changing your frequency to
Changing your frequency? Yeah.
Mm.
It does. What I would say I do is I help to facilitate change. So we look at your actual experiences now, what you're feeling in your physical body, where that comes from. So if you have what I would say is an emotional block to a relationship, we have to look at where they stem from and how they've manifested. If we start releasing those in the physical body, looking at changing the thoughts in terms of, for example, one of the things I really love is affirmations, something that you can do on a daily basis. You know, a lot of people talk about meditation. Well, meditation is prayer. It's to pray upon something. And the more you say something, the more the subconscious mind takes it in as law. So then it becomes law. It's like with anything, it's an addiction, whether it's drinking, smoking, whether it's bad for you or whether it's good for you. If you do it for more than 28 days, then it becomes a subconscious law. This is what they say. So if you change what you do for 30 days, you can change your whole life.
Absolutely.
You change the way you think for 30 days. If you affirmed things differently for 30 days, you can change your whole life. That's how powerful we are. So it's really about empowering people to understand, to tap in, feel their emotion, help them to let go physically, emotionally, put them in a state of relaxation. Because when you're in a state of relaxation and peace and harmony with your whole body, your mind, your body, and your soul, your spirit, whatever essence that you want to call it, you're more in a state to be able to receive with clarity. Clarity, because a lot of people say, I feel clear. Or someone said the other day, I did a massage and then I just did a little bit of Reiki on his head, and he said, whatever you did at the end, he didn't know what I did.
Yeah.
He said, you just wiped my brain. I didn't think anything, and I was just there. It was really nice. So just to win, and then to be able to approach life from that point, like I said before, is just to be able to be relaxed.
Yeah.
If we're all in individual little boats that were on the sea, just to be able to be relaxed in your little boat, even if the waves are going up and down, to still be able to be comfortable, relaxed, trusting and knowing that you're on the right path, you're you're not doing anything. So very often we get into this, I'm doing it wrong mentality. Yes. It's like our parents still in our head saying, you've done this wrong, you've done this wrong. Just stop with that for a second. If you stop that noise, it's almost like noise. It's just excess noise. Yeah. And just look at why you're doing things. Slow it down. Getting people to slow down. That's what holistic therapy is as well. Just slow. You can't get any slower, can you? Because those people are literally snoring, playing, possibly on the bed as well. And oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. I had one guy come out the other day and say, he got to the hallway, and I said, "Are you okay?" And he said, "Oh," and looked down at his feet. He said, "Oh, did I have shoes on when I came?" Like, I think he did. I had one guy leave his Rolex, and I said, "Really nice tip." That's for me. It's just, I wake up, Claire, and I've got so much energy. I felt I could do. From a place of joy, and I mopped my whole house at 4:00 in the morning. What is that? What have you done to me? I've got energy for things that normally seem like a chore. So bringing back the joy, setting joy as your goal, setting well-being and feeling good. I'm addicted to feeling good.
What a nice addiction. I like that.
I'm a vibrational snob. I've heard Esther Hicks at Abraham. Yes, I'm owning that one. I'm a vibrational snob. Anything that feels slightly off, that's not right for my vibration. That's the lower frequency. Not that I think I'm higher. I just don't want to feel, if I don't have to, or if there's a way that I can alchemize or change so that I can be the best I can be and give more and feel good within myself, then I'm going to do it.
And that just sparked something off for me.
Yeah.
When I just listen to you, then it's like you have a choice. From what I've just heard, it's like when you know that there's something else possible, or you get a different experience or a great feeling, you know something else is possible for you. And with the work that you do, you're literally releasing, whatever it is that's getting in the way, those emotional blocks, that you can connect with from a place of relaxedness and think, okay, something is possible. I can make different choices.
Yeah. I think one of the most really profound things and important things to say is that some people come to me with anxiety.
Ah, right.
Or maybe they're depressed, slightly depressed, and that could have been medically diagnosed, or it could be just, that's how they feel, that's what they're terming it as. And they're giving me examples of what's happening in their life. And so when you're in that state, you don't feel like anything is possible. And each day is hard.
Yes.
And so they're just looking at what's not there. They're looking at through a lens of lack, and they can't see the good stuff. They can't see their blessings or what's good's happening in their life. And they're really focused. They've got what's happening there under a microscope. And so it is about being able to flick the switch with people and be able to change and shift the balance with that. Because I had a lady come to me who said she'd gone through the breakup of her marriage.
Wow, yeah.
And she understood about law of attraction. She'd been recommended to come and see me. But the breakup of her marriage, she was seeing as a negative thing. And she was struggling to let go of that because she was grieving for that relationship. And quite often people don't realise that we grieve. We grieve because as much as change is something that is always going to be consistent and it will happen until the day we die, we still grieve anything because we get so attached.
Yeah.
We get so attached so quickly. I think I read something that said attachment is literally formed in seconds. That's how powerful it is.
Very powerful.
So
very powerful.
You're done. You're done after a few seconds.
If you see someone that just really just lights your fires, that can suck you in, and then you can fantasize and romanticize about this particular person, and that can get in the way of certainly feeling love and love for other people. But so definitely, and so she was not seeing her breakup when I was saying, well, actually there must, and I stopped and I said, actually there must be some point at which you asked to not be in this relationship, and you felt that this relationship needed to end. Yeah.
And you might have been saying that on a daily basis. So she'd had two things happen, her job and her relationship as well.
Wow.
Massive things. And I said, well, again, you must have been thinking that wasn't for you. Very often when it all starts to change at once, we panic. We get into this state of panic, anxiety, whatever. So what's really powerful is that someone can come in for a consultation that can take anywhere between 10 to 20 minutes.
Okay.
And then in the next hour, they leave completely relaxed.
Yes.
So they're like, oh, so I came in the door like this.
Yeah.
Going out the door like this. There's something in this.
Yes.
The therapists do the trick. I don't have to say anything. The therapy really does the trick because it's about feeling. If you think about life and what it's about, we didn't show up in life to say, okay, I just want to be born and then be dead. We needed to have the experiences in between, but when the experiences come, we gotta go, ah! And I always say, I signed up, for the full range of the experience because I know what kind of person I am. I want to feel it all. I want to know it all. I want to have it all. I want to go from that end of the spectrum to that end of the spectrum. So if someone didn't give it me all, I'd feel like they were cheating me. So I needed it all, and you need it. You need to know. And I think with law of attraction, one of the most powerful things that I've understood is contrast. We need the contrast. So we need the dark, we need the light.
Okay,
so understanding the beauty in the challenge, understanding the beauty and when you feel a challenge and when you feel that what we call negative emotion, it's telling you something. It's your body, it's your whole being. It's giving you something. It's giving you a little signal to say, there's some work to be done here.
Yeah. And with you get that person will get the time to listen to whatever that body is signaling to them.
Yes.
You give them that space.
Yes, definitely. That's what it is. It's holding a space for them to actually look at the good, the dark, the light, the good, the bad, pretty, the not so pretty. Yeah, to be able to actually embrace it all and go as far or deep down the rabbit hole or as surface as they like. Some days it might not be about going deep. Some days it might be simply, I'm here and I just need to be on the bed, and I just need my therapy and I can leave and I feel quiet. Or some days it might be more vocal, and some days it could just be, you could be feeling a more physical or an energy cleansing that you need. It depends on where you're at on your journey and where people are at psychologically and emotionally in terms of what they feel and what they need. Sometimes I'll suggest, I'm not afraid to work in that way with people, to suggest what they need. But yeah, for women especially, in terms of dealing with their insecurities and being able to be themselves and be able to open up and to be able to release, it's very therapeutic.
Yeah.
That's what helped me. And to be able to make the shift, to actually know that you can make the shift is one of them. But very often people don't know, and this is why I chose this role, this passion, because as much as there are other holistic therapists, I think one of the things that I really, really like to do is to open up myself.
Yes.
So it's about me using my own real life experiences to enhance and facilitate positive change in others.
I love that. Love that.
That's the only way I can coin it, if you know what I mean. That's what I'm doing on a daily basis, is to be there and I will share. And I think when you are open, you give license for other people and permission for other people to be just as open. Yes. And people go, wow, you're sat in front of me and you look amazing and you've got this and you're doing that and you're doing that. And I'm going, yeah, because I live it. Yeah, I do. The things I'm telling you, I'm not talking from like a book.
Yeah.
This is real.
Yeah.
And I'm that passionate about it. I'm doing it. If I say, I think you should journal, some people have very profound dreams, which again, I believe is the subconscious coming through, journal your dreams. There's always little tips and advice that I can give around, tapping into your well-being and connecting with yourself. That doesn't always come in the therapy, but I know that the therapies will bring that up as well, And I'm always there available for people to talk to me, question anything that they go through. Everyone's experience is valid and important, so yeah.
Because that's what I remember. I think there's one, and we're going back years ago now, when it was about a particular guy that I was dating, and I had the therapy session with him, massage session with you.
Yeah.
And it was on the journey home. I could just feel things kind of really stirring. And I remember that night I had these incredible, vivid dreams. And then I was crying. So it's so powerful what you do. It's not just what happens in the room for that hour or however long it is. It can really shift and change your life in very profound ways.
Absolutely, yeah.
Very profound ways.
Yeah, and I take that really seriously, because when you're opening people up, or people are opening up, or you're helping people to be open, it can be very scary. So you need that kind of wraparound service where you can feel that this person is someone you could contact. Obviously, I have limits that I can work within, obviously, because I am treating other people, but I always try and be there or offer advice as much as I can, and just hold a space for people if they, I walked the journey, I've done the journey. There's nothing I haven't felt. There's nothing that people come to me with. We all feel the same emotion. I think this is what, and very much people feel alone. Those single women will feel, that they're the only one that's like got this issue that they can't attract a man.
Yes.
There's thousands of us out there. That was it. The right guy. Yeah.
The right guy. I mean, forget that sometimes it's the right guy.
It's just a guy.
Yeah.
No diss to guys, but just right guy for you, that works for you, complementary. And it's a process of fine-tuning. It really is. And the more you know yourself, Andrea, you know this,
yes.
the more you know yourself, the more you know what you want.
Yeah.
the more you can be clear about what you want to attract in terms of the man in your life, the more you know. So what was important to you at 15, 25, 35 is changed.
Yeah.
But sometimes people are still thinking they want what they wanted at 15.
Yeah.
They haven't moved on, you know. That's common for me, and I've seen that with other people, you know. So yeah, and I've very much embraced it as a journey, because you can get frustrated, but nothing for me, and I know this 100% as a holistic therapist. No matter what's going on, if your body's riddled with tension, nothing can be created out of tension. Nothing good can be created out of tension. That's what I should say.
Yeah, nothing good.
The more tense you are, the more resistant you are, the less open you are, the less likely you are to attract what you really, really want, because your vibration is lower.
Yes.
And we all have this dream of what we want, this goal or this perfect Mr. Right. Yeah, and you're not necessarily going to attract Mr. Right if your miss is wrong. Not feeling so...
I know. And it's not nice, so, you know, that's a tough thing to take. But if you're asking yourself, why am I attracting all these types of men?
Weirdos. You're a weirdo. Sorry, I'm going to cry here. Sorry. In terms of my own life, you know, I've shared with you about my experiences, and I've been working on myself solidly, really, with the whole law of attraction and the male side of things, and the results have been amazing. Yeah.
Would you care to share?
Definitely. I think sharing will, you know, obviously some people will be able to relate, but for me, that was love, relationships. That was an area of my life which I neglected. Purposely.
Purposely?
Purposely, yeah. I didn't... I knew there was work that I needed to do on it, but I felt that other aspects of my life were really important, and more important than having a relationship. So it came lower on the list of priorities for me. Right. And it wasn't until a few years ago that I really saw the value in actually being in a relationship.
Okay.
I know. Well, I'll say allowed myself. Yes. Allowed myself to really embrace why and what value you could get from coupling up.
And
I think I was a bit selfish, maybe. Really? Now I'm not afraid to say that. You know, I think I was a little bit more selfish than others. I mean, like when I was growing up, there would be my friends who would say, well, I definitely want to have children and I definitely want to be married. And it was never like a major thing for me. It just wasn't as high on the priority list. I didn't see it in that way.
Right, yeah.
And I think there's a lot of value in understanding your past to know who you are, but I don't like to dwell in the past and live in the past, if you know what I mean. But it's good to understand your past. So it was very much things that were linked to my past, which obviously formed that, but I avoided it in terms of looking at really, really sort of unpeeling it, looking at and doing work around it. I really sort of left that to last. I dealt with every other aspect of myself.
Okay.
So at a time when I felt more confident in myself and I started to feel like I loved myself a little bit more and I was connecting with the true person who was me, I thought, okay, yeah, let's have a look at this now. I feel that I could attract a partner.
Yes.
I think I'm ready.
That is so big, though. It's so important to say I'm ready. Things just shift and change in that moment. Yeah, brilliant.
But when I said I was ready, what I meant was I'm ready to do the work. Because I thought I was ready for the actual relationship, but There was work to do. So I attracted then a beautiful man into my life who helped me to open up.
Yeah.
He had the key to open me up so that I could feel how you really could feel, the potential of how you could feel. He wasn't the guy. He wasn't the end destination, but that was, I feel, his purpose. So I attracted that because my soul, my spirit needed that to feel that depth of love and to be able to feel that unconditionalness of a connection. That was really important because I think what women need to feel is safe.
Yes. Very important. Very important. Yeah.
And that was the first time I really trusted and felt safe. And that was about the love from within me that I was projecting forward to this person. It wasn't just about this person that I was holding as an object of desire or whatever. I was feeling such immense unconditional love.
Yeah.
I thought, wow, everything. So then, all the songs that you hear and everything, it was all about, for me, it was like with the whole universe was dancing. Love, yeah. And I was in tune with everything. So I was in tune with myself more, and that opened me up. But that person didn't stay around. We couldn't be together. But that wasn't the emphasis for me. I thought, well, if it's meant to be, it'll come back.
I thought it was interesting that you said, you're ready to do the work, and then this person who is what you needed at that time.
Yeah. And at the time, you don't always see it like that.
Yeah, it's rarely like that in the moment.
You're like, oh, well, but there was a feeling of that. There was a feeling of that. This was part of my healing.
Yes.
So if this person wasn't the one, then it came to heal me anyway, because that feeling, if I could bottle it and sell it,
man,
somewhere else. So that's the feeling. I thought, that's the benchmark.
Yeah.
Now I know what I really want. Now I thought I knew what I wanted before and I thought I was ready, but now I know what I really want.
Yeah.
Now I know what the real work is to get done to get to that point, because obviously then when you're interacting, what a lot of women do, or human beings anyway, we want perfection and we want to be perfect, but you have to get dirty and messy to get ready to be that idea of perfection or be right for the right person. You've got to get dirty. You've got to go there, and you might attract, certain people based on where you're at for what you need for your healing. That's what I'd say. So that's what's happened for me. And I've done a series of dating. I had to open up myself to dating. It took a lot of persuading from my friends. Claire, you need to date. You need to get out there. You're not going to meet someone on the sofa. And I'm like, yeah, but I like the shades and I like my cake and custard. No, you're not going to meet anyone on the sofa. Yeah, but it's okay. But it isn't actually okay.
Yeah. And
it got to a point where after I'd realised this great love, that's all I really wanted. Yeah. And my desire for that was stronger. So that kind of propelled me forward anyway. So I did more work on myself and really had to strip myself back and say, okay, there's still some fear there, still resistance, and still had to attract all the different guys that I did for my lessons, if you like. But I would say since I've done that and I've become less fearful around being around men, I can really step into like really feeling the value of a masculine presence in my life. Massive for me to say that, because from where I was then to here now, I didn't think I needed them. So when I was saying before, I can do everything, so why do I need a man? Actually, I don't need one. I just want one. I want to share.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
I'm ready to share now. Stop being selfish. The world doesn't revolve around you. Share you want to share, you can easily share with clients, you can share with everyone. You're not going to share with a man on an intimate level. I could really had to overcome that barrier. And one of the things was, life coaching, really sort of still continuing with my holistic therapies. So I think the healer always needs to be healed.
Yes, absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
and I don't, you know, I'm not shy of saying that. I am not perfect. I need to.
You're not perfect.
No, I'm not
Really?
perfect. No. But a lot of people seem to, you know, when they're in these holistic or these kind of it's this projecting this perfection, which I think alienates people or puts a distance between people. And it's like, I just need to say that. I honestly know that the work is continuing, always continuous. So I really have found, and in January of this year, I said, right, let's roll the dice again.
Yes.
I'm going to open myself up. But now more empowered, more clear from the contrast of what I've had that I don't want. I've looked at all the men and gone, taken all the lovely attributes and all the ones that I like and don't like, and took the ones that I like, and I'm forming this imaginary guy. And then in January, I've opened up the doors and my heart and everything else, meditation and my prayers and everything. And I've said, right, I'm going to now attract men who are of the ilk that I would know would make me happy, because I've taken all the bits that I've actually experienced, not just experienced, but felt within that really gave me joy in a male and female interaction. So, and since then, I've been attracting that. And found tuning.
Wow, that's amazing. I love it.
Don't feel like progress. And now I'm saying things like, oh, it's coming. It's here. It's on its way. It's taking a little bit of time, you know. It's it's not express delivery. It's some little outfit that's you know, they've got like 2 people working for them, so it takes a bit longer to deliver the package. But it's coming. It's coming. It's on the way. I've got the receipt here. I can see.
Fabulous. So what would your advice be, you know, focusing on what you do for single women who, you know, they're looking for love, they want to be in a relationship? How would what you do help them? Because one of the advice I always give them is about loving and nurturing yourself, and that's just crucial. It's got to be so high on their list, because when they know that, they can connect with what love feels like, what it's like to be nurtured and be vulnerable, and to then see, well, I want to be with a man who can be with that also. So how could you know, someone who's single, other than the obvious nurturing aspect of it, then a woman who's single, how would you work with someone who is struggling?
It would be down the self-love route. Obviously, everything I do is about loving, giving time, learning to make appointments with yourself. Unfortunately, we have to do that consciously sometimes to understand the importance of it. You know, very often people feel like they may have found me by mistake because they've come with an ailment, but then they've found something else. Yeah. So they think, oh, my back's hurting, but then they get something else, and then they go, oh my gosh, yeah, I need this as well, and that's the link between that. So for me, it would be to help people to not feel afraid. Don't be afraid of love. And I purposely use the word love a lot, so it becomes more familiar, because people, like I said, they tend to shy away from it. And loving yourself, people don't feel confident in loving themselves. They think it's conceited. They think being self-love is conceited. And so helping people to see the difference between being, you know, obnoxious about it and actually just genuinely having some self-worth, self-respect, and being able to love yourself in many different ways through all of your senses, through touch, through smell, through taste, and being able to really feel into it. A lot of people are not really digging into their feelings, so helping them to really look at their feelings and why they feel things so that they can move beyond it. That's how I would really help someone who was looking for love, would be to strip it all back, really, get them back to feeling relaxed within themselves, within their own skin, and then being able to, because that's what had to happen for me. If you're in a state of panic, you're confused, you don't have clarity. You need clarity. And so for relationships, it's a nice thing that works alongside what you do, because it's like it's like we're hitting it from all angles.
Yes.
You know? We're dealing with it from all aspects. We're dealing with it holistically. Yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah, it's that kind of just holding a space to be able to even think. Some people don't even give themselves a chance to even think, you know, and to just be. And then that will naturally put them in that receptive mode.
Yes. Because you mentioned earlier about being able to receive
love.
Yes, and to understand what that actually even means.
You have to go out and get it. Actually,
yes.
You are a queen, and if you are looking for your king, you just sit on your throne. Yeah. I heard the Barefoot Doctor say.
Ah, yeah.
He said, if the Queen was sat on the throne at Buckingham Palace,
yeah,
and the doorbell rang,
yeah,
do you think she'd
absolutely not
to answer the door? No, allow the people around you to help you. People don't often want to get help with therapy. They see therapy as an admission of failure.
Yes. Oh my God.
Something to be embarrassed about.
Yeah, yeah.
Have a therapist, you know, or is it some fad or whatever? But no, we all need help. Therapy is just a title.
Yeah.
Counseling, psychotherapy, life coaching, all of these things, relationship coaching, they're just titles. We've always done this. Human beings have always been able to share and connect and help and guide each other. We all have different things and skills that we have to share and impart with each other. So for me, that's what it is. You know, it's really about that and seeking help, not being afraid to admit, you know what, I don't know all the answers, and there's somebody else out there who can look at it from a fresh perspective, from the outside in instead of the inside out. And help you to sort of guide you with what you need to do in terms of your own physicalness, your own inner, you know, beauty and things that you need to work on and all of that loveliness that is you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you can be empowered to do it yourself, because we're not going to do it for you. We're not going to do it for you.
But still have to do the work.
Yeah, you still have to do the work. And it somehow makes it easier knowing that you're not the only person out there who's felt those feelings of rejection. People are scared of rejection. Massive thing for relationships.
Huge. It's
huge.
Yeah.
So scared of rejection that all they attract is rejection.
Yeah. And that goes back again to what you were saying about the frequency that we're vibing on, and we attract whatever we're vibing on that in that time.
Yeah.
So to end, what would your final thoughts be then for, as you know, I'm a love and relationship coach for single women. What would your final thoughts be for a single woman looking for love and how you can help?
Just don't be afraid. Be fearless in your pursuit of love. Don't hold back.
Yeah.
If it's your goal, if it's your dream, you know, there's people like yourself, loving people, genuinely passionate, caring people who really want to help, and celebrate with you your wins, your joy, your passion, your whatever it is, your goal, to help you to get to that goal and celebrate with you at the end of it. You know, it gives us just as much joy, even if we're not in the relationship, for that person to achieve it. So I think that don't be cynical, but just be fearless. Don't be scared. You know, in that. I know it sounds romantic, and a bit out there, you know, but I don't care. Just be fearless in it.
I love that. Fearless in love. I love that.
What did Beyonce say about love? What did she say?
What did she say? Which
she
song?
said the song Crazy in Love.
Crazy in love.
Be crazy about love. Yeah.
In all aspects, isn't it?
Yeah, just
in every way.
In every way, in every part of your life, you know. And really, when you embody that love, that's when you'll attract it. You know, when you get happy, for Christ's sake, if you're a moaning Minnie, you're going to attract those.
I know, exactly.
Be fearless. step into it. If you're going out dancing, dance. If you're gonna do something, do it, milk it. Yeah, know what you want. Work to fine tune that with somebody like yourself or myself, and then be it.
Fabulous.
Be what you want to see as a person in your life. Be what you want that partner to be, the attributes.
Absolutely, absolutely. And coming to you obviously is a way for them, for anyone, to connect with themselves and their heart from a place of relaxedness, to gain clarity.
Absolutely, yeah.
Removing those physical, emotional blocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing. So how can women who want to see you and men also find you? And I'll have all your details in the description box below, but how can they find you, Claire?
Okay, so I'm based at the moment in 2 locations. One of them being Shirley Valentine Hairdressing Salon in Burnage in Manchester.
Right.
And the other place I have my own space in Hale in Cheshire. Right. So from Monday to Friday, I am in Hale. On a Wednesday, I'm in Burnage 1 day a week, and over in the Manchester area as well. I won't talk about the law of attraction, about how that happened. There's a reason, and all I'm going to say is it was right for me to be in those 2 places, because it all came together. I attracted them. That's it. Yeah.
Fabulous. And so what's the best way to contact you? Is it from your website?
The best way to contact me is either via the Healing Heart website, or there's a telephone number on there as well, so people can call anytime, leave messages, whatever. So it's either via email. I have people contact me via email, also via our Facebook page, Twitter, and on all the the social media, sort of Instagram, whatever. We have contact through all of those.
Okay, so all of those ways are just ways that they can make appointments to see you.
Yeah, they can contact us via the Healing Heart Manchester on our Instagram and Twitter, and the Healing Heart is just the Facebook page. So that's the way. But I'm based in 2 locations, and just loving it up every day, loving what I do. Living my passion.
I love it. Yeah. So from one love warrior to another, thank you so much for joining me today. Absolutely loved it. And for all those wonderful single ladies or married ladies in relationships, it doesn't matter. There's so much value that Claire offers with her work, and I've experienced it. It was very powerful, and I still remember it. And we're going back, I don't know, 7 or 8 years ago. It's a long time ago. So powerful stuff, amazing skills with Reiki, crystal healing, traditional massage, stress massage, life coaching. You do a lot. Amazing. And you walk your talk. Thank you. So thank you again. It's been wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you for the recognition. It's wonderful. No, thank you. Really. Yeah, it's been lovely to share.
You're welcome.